Good morning, everybody. I need to turn on some lights here. Oh, that was bright. Anyway, good morning. As you can see, I'm dressed for a workout, so I'm going to make my greens and fill my water bottle, and then we will go downstairs and do a little workout. Need to do some arms today, and just, probably hop on the treadmill and get some steps in. So anyway, let me show you how I make my greens. All right, so I start out with 12 ounces of water in a shaker cup. In addition to my greens, I take 2 fiber gummies, and I also take 2 calcium chews. So normally, as I'm making my greens, I eat, start chewing on the gummies. I won't do that though right now since I'm speaking to you, but I just wanted to get them out at least. Right now I am using the Kiala greens. I got them off of TikTok shop. This is in the Tropical Splash flavor. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So I just put 1 scoop in there. And by the way, my shaker cup does have one of those like mixer ball things in it. Not all shaker cups, like this did not come with one, so I ordered some extra ones off of Amazon because I feel like, especially with the greens, it mixes better. I'm now putting in some collagen. This has, I think, 10, let me see here. Yeah, it also has 10 grams of protein in it, so I am getting some protein as well. I do have the Vital Collagens 1, 2, but that serving is 2 scoops, and with the greens, it's just a lot. So this one is just 1 scoop, and it's a lot smaller. I also put in 1 scoop of creatine powder. I think some of this stuff is linked in my description box from when I did like sort of the must-have things of starting a GLP-1 medication. I'm not sure all of them are. I will try to double check and see if there are, if you are interested. Not trying to sell you anything. I just know that sometimes when I'm, watching people and seeing what they're doing, and if I'm interested in one of their things, it's a lot easier if it's linked. This is a generic version of Miralax. I put about, probably 3/4 of a capful in there. Miralax is not a laxative, it just helps to bring water into your colon. So it doesn't make you go, or it just helps keep things, not hard, soft, so that it moves. Okay, so look what's going on with my dishwasher this morning. I turned it on, but it's like not on. I don't know what happened to it. I'll look at it when I come back, but it's not starting, and it's not making like the same noise that it normally does when I start it. Anyway, so obviously I'm shaking this up. That's sort of like Captain Obvious, right? And then again, because, even though the flavor of the greens is better than a lot of them, it's still not my absolute favorite. And so to make it a little bit easier to drink, I put some Mio in it. This is the berry pomegranate flavor. I have literally been using this flavor of Mio since, let's see, the twins were born in 2009, probably since like 2012. It's been a good like 12 years. I just really like it. I've tried some other ones. They just don't quite hit the same way that berry pomegranate does. It's one of the OG flavors. If you know Mio for a while, it's been around. Now I am going to throw also a whole bunch of ice in here because, again, in order for me to drink this, I need it super cold. So hang on. Okay, so my greens are made. I generally don't eat anything before I work out. Pretty much my routine is drink this. I filled my water bottle, so we will take that downstairs. But I'll drink this. You know, if I have meetings or something in the morning, I may drink this while I'm working, and then, you know, when I have like some free time, then I'll run downstairs to the gym. So I'm gonna drink this. Cheers. And I'll see you back downstairs in the gym. All right, so welcome to the gym. Nothing like super special, you know, as you can see, we've got some treadmills and some random bike thing and a couple of ellipticals, and then we've got weight machines and things, a bunch of dumbbells, another bike that's like hiding in there, and then a leg press machine, and, you know, balls and things like that. So I'm going to set up an arm workout, and yeah, we'll get going. Treadmill here, just kind of getting it up to the speed, and yeah, sorry for the very up close and personal view here, but you're on the treadmill. So anyway, let's talk about what I'm doing the rest of the day. I do need to upload my Friday video for my other channel, Luxury Life in the Middle. It is the unboxing of my very first bag from 2024. You guys, if you're not from that channel, probably have no idea what I'm talking about and probably could care less, but I'm very excited. So it's already edited, it's ready to go. I do need to do the thumbnail for it, which I already have the pictures for and kind of already know what I'm going for. So I will do that, which will probably take me like 10 minutes, and then I will upload that to YouTube and get that done. At some point today, I do need to film my, I guess it would be week 11? My week 11 check-in, because yesterday was my shot day, which is also my weigh-in day. Spoiler alert, although I guess it won't be a spoiler alert because you will have seen that video before you see this video, but yeah, it was a slow week for me. A lot of ups and downs like the whole week, but I'll talk about that on the check-in video. So I need to film that because that has to go up tomorrow on Saturday. And yeah, and I think that's pretty much all I need to do, like YouTube-wise today at some point. The uploading part for my other channel, like literally I just click a button and I don't really have to do anything, although I guess I do have to do the description box, but none of that should take me more than like 20 minutes total. Obviously I do work today. It is a Friday, in case I didn't say that, so I've got some contracts I need to review, as well as some kind of administrative kind of things. I usually save that for Fridays. And yeah, I think when we go back upstairs, I will make my protein coffee. And then I think for kind of like breakfast today, even though it's definitely past breakfast time, I will have some egg bites because I have some of those that I bought, the Starbucks ones that you can buy them in a big box at Sam's or Costco, one of the two. So anyway, I am going to finish my walking here, put some headphones on, watch some YouTube videos, which is generally what I do, and I will see you guys back upstairs. I was just talking to no one. Okay, let's try this again. So change of plans. I am not going to do the egg bites because it's already like 1 o'clock, so I really should eat some lunch. So I am going to do an open face egg salad sandwich. You'll see me do it. I use the Dave's Killer Bread, like whole grain bread that I will toast, and then I will spread some avocado mash on it so I can get some healthy fats, and then some egg salad, like I said, that I've already pre-made. I usually will like chop up 6 to 8 hard-boiled eggs at a time and make egg salad because I don't know, I just really like egg salad and it's a good source of protein. And anyway, so I'm gonna make my protein coffee as well, which I don't think you guys have seen on this channel, so I will definitely show you how I do that. And yeah, let's make some lunch. And I'm trying my hair curly, so. And my coffee, the next thing I'm going to do is add some ice. Okay, so I was using some like pre-made cold foam, and then I realized that I can actually make my own cold foam, and I can do it with protein. So Nick, my son, my 15-year-old, likes the vanilla ones. I'm not a big fan, but they make great cold foam. So I literally pour like probably, I don't know, I mean these are like 11 ounces, and I think this is about the 6th time I've used this, so I probably use like 1 to 2 ounces a time. And then I just take my milk frother and froth this up into cold foam. So then I have an extra little bit of protein. So then I will pour this on top. Hopefully you guys can see. It's like a thick, actually it's a little bit thicker. I think I probably didn't use quite enough of it, but it's good enough. And like I said, it just gives me an extra little bit of protein. All right, before I finish that, I'm just going to show you, this is the bread that I am using. It is 80 calories a slice, and it's got lots of fiber in it, so I'm just going to toast this up, and I'll show you how I put it together. So this is just my egg salad. This is some leftover avocado mash from the other day when I had the same thing. Kind of a creature of habit, guys, so I'm sorry I'm having to like kind of bend down. You're underneath the cabinet, but start that. And yeah, anyway, this is pretty much done. Sometimes I add a little more ice if I feel like it needs it. But just mix this up, put this back in the refrigerator, and that is my iced coffee. And every day, guys, it never gets old. All right, so I am sitting at my desk now. We've actually moved some things around. Again, you guys on this channel if you're not from my other channel, this doesn't look different at all to you, but I sold my Peloton. Why? Because I wasn't using it. Two, and therefore paying for a membership that I wasn't using. And two, because we have the gym downstairs and I can do everything that I need down there. So I just thought, you know what? It's taking up space. And when you live in New York, space is a premium. So we got rid of that. And so I moved my desk, which had been in my bedroom, which I just kind of didn't like. It just didn't feel like enough separation to me from work and like home. So we moved my desk back into this hallway, which is where the Peloton was. This is actually what I'm facing right now, is the second door into our apartment. So we have 2 units that are combined. So you can kind of see my closet in the background here and my mirror where I take my selfies. Anyway, you probably don't care about that, but in case those of you who are coming from my other channel are like, where are you, Lisa? So anyway, I've got my protein coffee. As you can see, it is so good. So just to tell you, I know I showed you guys what I put in, but the first thing that I kind of drizzled around this cup was a sugar-free caramel syrup by, I think it's Walden Farms is what it's called. And then just to amp up the taste a tiny bit more, I add some just regular caramel syrup that you can get it. It's actually the Great Value brand from Walmart. And I mean, if I use a teaspoon of that, I don't even think I probably use that much, but just a tiny bit. And then obviously my Premier protein in caramel, and then a double espresso shot in my Nespresso machine. And then you saw me make the cold foam out of another vanilla Premier protein drink. I just use between like 1 to 2 ounces of that, foam it up, you know, make it into a cold foam with the frother, and then put it on top, and it's delicious. Also filled up my water bottles. So this will be my second one of the day. So I've already had that one, which is 32 ounces, plus another 12 ounces that I put of water into my greens. So here is lunch. I had cut up some watermelon last night, so I thought I would just have a few cubes of that. And then you can see my egg salad with, I'll bring it up close here. Hopefully you can see the avocado mash, you know, underneath there. So like I said, I get some healthy fats. So I'll put this into my tracker and I'll come back and like tell you roughly how many calories I'm eating here for lunch. It's 1:41 right now, so a little bit late, but yeah, I'm excited to eat this because this is one of my favorite meals. So I'm just sitting here uploading my video to YouTube that I need to upload for later today. And let's try this watermelon. I haven't tried it yet. Not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best watermelon I've ever had in my life, but I kind of feel like we're just sort of at the beginning of watermelon season. It's the first watermelon that I've purchased. So what I love about this like combination is just the avocado mash, in addition to obviously giving me some healthy fats, also just kind of gives the egg salad like a little bit of a different dimension, just kind of gives it a little oomph. So, but it's really good. All right, I'm gonna eat this, finish getting this uploaded and doing my description box and everything, and yeah, then I'll come back and I don't know what we're gonna do after this. Like I said, I've got to do some work. I don't know what I'm making for dinner tonight. That should probably be something I think about. Nick usually goes out with his friends on Fridays, so I tend not to make like a big meal. We still have some leftovers, honestly, from some previous meals. We do like sort of every couple weeks do an every plate box, so it's, you know, kind of like Home Chef and whatever, I can't think of the other ones, but there's lots of those kind of like meal services. So I do have a box, so I've got 3 meals to use, but like I said, he generally goes out with his friends, so to make a meal that is, you know, portioned for 4 people, and I probably only eat, if I eat even half of a portion, generally, that's probably a lot. So, you know, for like 2.5, maybe even less portions, I mean, obviously I would have it for leftovers, but it just makes more sense to wait and make those meals when he's at home. So probably won't make one of those. So like I said, then probably need to figure out what I am going to make. So I think while that is doing that, maybe I'll search through some recipes. Oh, before I film, I forgot to mention. So the egg salad sandwich, basically the lunch that I had, minus my protein coffee because I'm still drinking that, was 269 calories. So it was 80 calories for the bread, 70 calories for the egg. I think it was like 35 calories or something for the watermelon. I accounted for 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise, and I use a light mayonnaise. By the way, if you're looking for a good mayonnaise that has amazing flavor, the Duke's brand, I can't find the light mayonnaise anywhere here. I couldn't even find it in Kansas City. So I order it directly actually from the manufacturer, and I get like 5 jars at a time. So it'll last us for, you know, over a year probably. So the Duke's mayonnaise. Oh, and then I used like 3/4 or so of the avocado mash. So I think that was like 65 calories. Yeah, I think that was it. So, you know, you add all that up, and like I said, I think that came to like, it was either 239 or 269, something like that. So that is that. And then, you know, this is basically 160 calories, actually probably a little bit more since I throw that cold foam on there and get a little bit extra protein. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. Let's go film my check-in. Okay, so it is snack time. I'm going to get some cashews, so I'll show you how I weigh them. If for some reason you guys have trouble figuring out your food scale or things like that, it is super helpful and, in my opinion, a must if you are on one of these medications. Okay, so the first thing I do is I put my like vessel or whatever it is that I'm going to put the food in on the scale first, because then when you turn the scale on, it will be at 0. Okay, if you don't want to do that and you turn the scale on and it's at 0 now, when you put it on, what you want to do is press this again. Sometimes it's called the tear or tarry button, but basically you want to 0 out the scale so that then what you put in, you're measuring. So I am using these cashews from Costco. They are 160 calories for 1 ounce, also known as 28 grams. I tend to weigh in grams, it's just a little bit easier. I'm just gonna start putting nuts in here until I get to 28. That's 22, 26, 27, oh, 29. Let's see. See if there's a small, maybe that. There we go. All right, 28 grams. So I don't know about you guys, but in my previous life, this, you know, basically a small handful of nuts would certainly not have been the number of nuts I would have eaten just, you know, on a daily basis. So this just really goes to show that our views of portion sizes are very warped. I mean, I probably would have eaten probably 3 times that. So, you know, that would have been, what, 320, you know, almost 500 calories just in nuts for a snack, which is obviously a lot depending on, you know, what your goals are. But anyway, we're gonna have this. I need to fill up my water again. And yeah, then we'll almost be done with our water for the day. Checking back in because I'm actually a little hungry, which is a little odd. But anyway, so I am going to eat this Dannon Greek yogurt light and fit. It's 80 calories and has 12 grams of protein. So just wanted to check in and show you what I'm eating. So I totally forgot to show you what I was eating for dinner. I did not make dinner tonight because Hannah had eaten some things with friends. Nick is out with friends. David had some leftovers from our lunch yesterday, so I made some coconut shrimp. I was going to make some of the bear nugget chicken, the Just Bear nuggets from, you can get them at Costco or Sam's. They're really good. They're great, high in protein. And then when I went into the freezer to go get those, I found I had totally forgotten that I had bought coconut shrimp when I was at Costco as well. So that's what I'm having. I love coconut shrimp. I believe based on the weight and what I weighed, this is about 340 calories. So I've actually already eaten 2, so there's 4 left. Sorry, I'll show you what they look like, but they're very yummy. And yeah, a good source of protein. I'll let you know, obviously by the time I wrap up this evening, probably won't eat anything after this. I may have, depending on where my protein is at, I may have a Fairlife protein drink, which is 30 grams of protein. So anyway, we'll see how that all ends, but I will obviously wrap up this what I eat in a day in my life kind of thing. But let me show you what I'm having for dinner. So as you can see, I've eaten 2, but there are 4 left. That is the little like sweet chili or whatever dipping sauce. I use very, very, very little of it because I don't like spicy things. So I like dip in the tiniest little like corner of my shrimp in it, but it just gives it a little bit of extra flavor. So anyway, I'm going to finish these, and then like I said, if I eat anything more or if I drink one of those shakes, I will let you know. But this may be the last thing I have. I need to kind of look and see, but also see if I am hungry or something later. All right, guys, well, I think that is going to be it for my day in the life. What do I eat in a day? I did have a Fairlife 30 grams of protein shake about maybe an hour or so ago. So that took my protein count for the day to 110 grams. So I was 28 grams short before I drank that, and now I was 2 grams over because my target is 108 grams. I don't know why it's that weird amount, but anyway, so I ended up at just under 1,200 calories. I think it was like 1,190 for the day, which, to be honest with you, is probably the most calories that I have eaten in like maybe almost this entire time of being on this medicine. So yeah, I feel kind of really accomplished by that, and maybe making this video kind of helped me do that. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. Let me know, what do you eat in a day? Do you have some favorite sources of protein? Any go-tos? Any like go-to meals? I would love to know. Leave those in the comments below. If you enjoy this kind of content, I would love it if you would join me here. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload videos. And yeah, if you haven't had enough of me yet, there'll be another video up here for you to watch. And remember, kindness and hate spread the same. The choice is yours. Take care, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.